Yo, what's happening, man? This is D-Lo, Low Nose Boxing. This is my first time doing the Instagram live thing. So tonight what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have an interview. I'm gonna have a special guest tonight. Alexa, turn off. I'm not trying to get flagged. Yeah, I got a special guest tonight. Special guest. I got a former professional boxer that's about to be on my live. His name is Troy King, professional fighter coming out of Ohio. He about to jump on the live in a minute. We're gonna talk some boxing talk, talk real boxing talk. We're not talking narratives. We're not talking nonsense. We're talking real boxing talk tonight, man. I'm just waiting for my guest to jump on this live so we can cook. So to those following, man, yo, what's going on, TT? What's going on, everybody? Y'all can go on my YouTube channel. I have a YouTube platform. It's called Low Nose Boxing with a capital L and then Nose with a capital K and then Boxing with a capital B. Go on my YouTube channel, subscribe, hit the like button, man. I gotta get my my followers up so I can become monetized. And I got to get a certain amount of watch time hours, like I said, so I can get monetized. And so eventually I can start getting paid doing YouTube things, Everybody's on YouTube. Everybody's on YouTube just making money, talking all type of talk. I might as well talk about the shit I know. And I'm not drinking no more neither. No more Casamigos. I put the Casamigos down. Replace that joint with water. Got to put that THC in my body. So yeah, like I said, I'm just waiting for my guest to jump on the live so we can cook. We're gonna talk about the boxing fights that's coming up this weekend in Newark, New Jersey, and we're also gonna talk about the big fights coming up in 2 weeks. Plus, we're also gonna talk about his professional career, how he started, and things of that nature. $111 Felicia, what's good, man? You got to make a YouTube channel for your dog Chapo. That dog is becoming popular. Bruce, H2O. You meant to say not THC. Yeah, you're right. Not THC. H2O, that's the complete opposite, man. That's the complete opposite. So while I'm waiting for my guest to jump on this live with me, does anybody have any questions for me? I don't really do all this YouTube stuff. I mean, this Instagram live stuff, so I'm a little bit camera shy, so pardon me if I'm a little bit, shy right now. I could be an introvert, What you need help with, 111 Felicia, talk to me. Let me know what kind of advice you need. I'm trying to figure out how do I tag people in. Can anybody tell me how do I tag people in? Because I'm trying to tag my guest in. I just spoke to him on the phone. I told him that I'm about to jump on live now so he could just jump on my live, but I never really did this before. You starting a YouTube channel? Well, first off, you have to have a YouTube account. There you go, right there. Yo, Killertainment, what's good, man? I'm trying to see how I could get you in this live so we can start cooking. Trying to figure this joint out. Send me a request. Okay, there we go. Yo, what's good, bro?
What's good? Let me get my earphones on.
Yeah, man.
Trying to set my phone up decent. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you good, man. Hey, I gotta get me some better headphones too, man. You see, I got these old ass these shits right here, these goofy ass Bluetooth joints. But what's going on, chat, man? Tell them who you are.
Man, you know what it is. It's Corno de Chivo, aka Killertainment, aka it's Ramadan, so it's Hamza. Shout out to everybody. Shalom. You know what I mean? Assalamu alaikum. Whatever you follow. We on here to get cooking. What's good?
Yeah. So, how long you been boxing, champ?
Cheers. Since 2011. No, no,
2011.
no.
That's right.
Since 2000 and yeah, 2011.
So to the people that don't know, Troy King is a former professional fighter who's also very known throughout the YouTube industry as well. You've been on channels such as The Boxing Voice, and when I first got put onto your work was back on Boxing Eagles channel. Was the first time when I seen you going to the gyms, and you was putting footage of you sparring and some of your fights that you had in Mexico.
Facts. Yeah, we put in a lot of work in. That was back in the day. That was like I moved here May 23rd. No, actually I started boxing I think 2007. My bad, 2007. I moved here 2011, May 23rd. I started boxing 2007. So, yeah, I started in the amateurs at on the south side at Brown Street. Then we gym moved to Blue Steel, but then I had moved to Columbus, went to Blackburn Boxing Gym with Mike Johnson. Then from there I moved to California. Then I was at with Ben Bautista at SFC, and then after that, I just started, kind of like doing my own thing and doing my pro thing.
I know that you sparred with a lot of well-known fighters like Demetrius Andrade, Amir Khan, and you can name the rest of them.
Yeah, Kareem Mayfield, Aaron Coley, Lamont Quarterman, Hank Lundy, Andre Berto,
I mean, Hank Lundy, I know about him. He's from Philly.
um, Levon Gramajava, which is Wolf, Ricardo Pinell, um, this young kid named Hector. I forgot his last name. Um, just mad different people. Just mad different people all over.
What weight class he was fighting at?
I was fighting at like 154, in between 154 and 147, because I could just do a catch weight because there wasn't really no championship fight, so you ain't gotta be mandated at no weight. So I just used to come in where I was comfortable at.
Um, I remember there was an injury that you had suffered, and because of the injury, you had to stop fighting professional, right?
Yeah, I got a detached retina in my left eye from just over sparring and boxing. It's a dangerous in there.
You had a detached retina.
It's,
That's crazy.
it is real. What Errol Spence got recently, you know what I mean? Those things happen. Sugar Ray Leonard had one. A lot of those things happen. Um, no, smoking does not affect my performance. It enhances it because I get a good night's rest of sleep at night. I'm vegan. Food is what affects your performance. That's the only thing that affects your performance in athleticism. It's
Nope. He dropped off by mistake. Try to get him back on. me see who else is on this. See what's going on. Okay. Yeah, I lost you there for a minute. You was talking about
No,
food.
you good. My fault, I hit the wrong button. But you know, somebody said, does food affect my diet? What's up with Key to the Essence LLC in the building? What's up with Cookie0025? We in here podcasting right now about
Cookie,
boxing.
Cookie, that's my sister right there.
What's up with
Um,
Cookie?
and then the young lady that asked you about the smoking effect, that's my cousin from Philadelphia. That's um 111 Felicia. You know, Bruce is like family. People here I know. Probably some people here you know as well. You know what I mean? You know.
No,
So
smoking does not affect my performance. What affects your performance in boxing is the food you eat. Because you have to eat foods that are more alkaline or have a more alkalinity pH balance when you have a darker skin color as mine or my man on the thing. You have to stray away from those foods because they don't ignite the nervous system. The nervous system has is electricity and magnetism. So if you have to eat foods that have those properties in them, if you're eating foods that does this has no life in it, it's already dead, which would be meat, then no, you're not gonna, it's not gonna be conducive to be at your most, at your best optimal performance. Because the body runs on, well, the black body runs on homeostasis regardless. But then once it's on the optimal plant-based diet, a vegan diet, an alkaline vegan diet for the African genome in all people, then yes, you will be running optimally. No, smoking doesn't affect you. Actually, this is smoking cannabis with hemp, and it expels mucus from the lungs. I start back working out in the gym, shooting, shadow boxing, jump roping. I do everything the same. Nothing. I'm good. It's really your diet, though. The water you drink and the things you listen to, your thoughts, feelings, and actions.
it's crazy you mentioned that because I was wondering. There's some days when I go to the gym, right, where I feel real sharp. Everything's clicking, stamina strong, everything. Then there's some days when I go to the gym and I feel fatigued. Sometimes I don't feel sharp, and I'm wondering why do I feel like this? I'm not drinking no more. You know, before when I was
You should,
drinking, I would understand
uh,
why I would feel that way. But like you said, it's probably because certain days I might eat certain type of food that would get me to feel like that.
yeah, it's the foods you eat, and then you're not getting enough rest. You don't learn boxing when you box, you learn boxing in your sleep. That's when the
That's deep.
spirit, that's when the spirit, when you go to sleep and whatever you practice that day and it's on your mind, that your spirit makes that happen for you when you're asleep. That's why, put it like this. It's just like, you know how when you boxing and somebody throws something and you practice it so much, you just slip, bang, and just come back? Well,
Instinctive, yeah.
you're instinctive. When you do that, that's just the part of your body that runs your heart, your liver, and all your functioning autonomous organs. That's that's God, my G. That's called the indwelling intelligence. When you can connect with that, then you understand what I'm talking about. That was ever the indwelling intelligence that runs your heart, your lungs, your digestive system. That's what eating the right foods gets you. And then you will instinctively do the right things and make those moves in boxing and be sharp like that. But I'm saying that to say the indwelling intelligence is what runs the functions of your body, and that takes over when you go to sleep. That's why they call it rapid eye movement. They don't say rapid eyes. They say rapid eye. Where do you have one eye at? Right there. Rapid eye movement. When that start vibrating in your deepest state of sleep, that's when you at your highest self. The self is what controls the functions of the body autonomously. So that's what eating that does that for you. Eating a vegan diet, training every day, drinking water, getting a a lot of plants and reading, studying, no facts.
So you know about sea moss?
Yeah, I take it. This is the thing. You could take sea moss, moringa, shilajit. Um, it's another one. They got mad trace minerals. I just got it. Chlorella. Chlorella is
Yeah.
chlorella is probably one of the healthier than sea moss because it's a single cell organism and it mimics the red blood cell.
I know that chlorella, if I'm not correct, that's the one that I don't know which one is the green one,
Yeah,
which one is the blue one. It's
no.
chlorella
Chlorella
and
is
it's
like a blue
spirulina.
green algae. Yeah, it's a blue green. It's
So
kind of like
the other one,
it's like sea moss. They're all
so,
algae.
so real quick, spirulina is the one that's more like it's like a plant protein, right?
Yeah, they all the same. They all like brother and sisters in the same family, like chlorella, spirulina, chlorophyll, sea moss. They're all
I had
algae.
that for a little while too. I had that for a little while, but my connect kind of like ran out of that
No,
because some kind of
listen,
issue happened with the business.
I don't get paid for this. I do it off the love. Go on Amazon. That's what I got. I just did a post on my gram showing all the herbs and I got and listen, you can get them on EBT. It don't even matter, bro. It's a company called UPick. I just ordered you can check my gram story out. I made black rice, black turtle beans, lentils. I bought all of this food off Amazon. All the
Oh, I
real
do. I like
yeah.
lentils, man. I like lentils. You can cut weight with lentils too.
Yeah, like all those foods are on a Dr. Sebi list. Like, and those are foods I eat every day. Plantains, I just, you know, saute some plantains with a little uh, organic sugar and cinnamon and blue agave, those things. Oh, what's up, GP? It's all good, baby. We in here cooking. We do our own thing, bro. This is my man. We doing boxing, so it entails about diet and everything. We just cooking. But yeah, man,
Real quick, what you recommend for people that's dealing with like diabetes?
I recommend a vegan diet, and I recommend a 3-day fast with just water. And listen, it's gonna be hard. But I just came off of one. I didn't eat. I ate. I did. I ate. Monday was the this week. I ate Monday night, and then I didn't eat until tonight. So like I just was drinking water. The only thing I did eat was some peanuts. That's it.
Okay.
That's it. And that was just to break my fast after Ramadan. I had peanuts. And I've been working on the ketones and switching my body from just feasting on insulin to when I fast, my body starts picking up the ketones for energy, which is the fat.
Copy. Well, speaking of weight, speaking of health, I believe the weigh-in for the fights this weekend is tomorrow, because the fights are Saturday.
Who
Now,
fighting?
this weekend, Shakur Stevenson is fighting in Newark, New Jersey. He's gonna fight.
Fruit.
Keyshawn Davis is gonna fight.
No,
Huh?
dude asking about diabetes, and he's saying like, as a diabetic, how do you do it? How do you do it the liquid way if your sugars drop? You have smoothies, you have organic fruits like strawberries, blueberries, and you have dates. Those will regulate your blood sugars. Goji berries. What's up with Philemon Contreras? That's Philemon, my man. He from out here in the back. But yeah, like, no, that's what you do when you're diabetic. You have to go with straight fruits and vegetables and green smoothies. But yeah, go ahead, bro.
Well, this Saturday we got a few fights lined up on ESPN. We got Shakur Stevenson, who I know you very high on him, so am I. We got Keyshawn Davis. We got the heavyweight Jared Anderson, and we also got the young boy from Brooklyn. I told you about him, Bruce Carrington. They call him Shushu. I don't know if you've seen him yet, but
I
he
heard
looks
of
like.
Shoo Shoo.
Let's start with Shakur Stevenson. You know who he's fighting?
Who is he fighting?
I never seen him fight some Japanese boy that he beat Nakatani. I know you know who Nakatani is.
Yeah, I heard of
Nakatani.
Nakatani.
Nakatani's the one that fought Tiafimo. He also fought
Oh,
Lomachenko.
the
So
tall Nick, the tall
the
cuz?
tall, the tall
That's
Japanese
that's
boy,
gonna
yeah.
be, and he be coming. Wait, do he be backing up or coming forward?
He got stopped. What I'm telling you was the Japanese guy that Shakur is fighting stopped Nakatani. So that's who Shakur is fighting because Shakur was
Oh,
trying to get a fight with Pitbull Cruz. A lot of people ducked him. So this is the dude that stepped up to fight him. What is it about Shakur Stevenson's style that you see that makes him effective?
his IQ. He know how to make adjustments, and he's not scared to use his defense to win the fight and come out clean. Because at the end of the day, it's all about winning until you understand how to break the guy down. And each fight is just a test to learn how to do that. So it really dwells on the IQ and whether you're willing to let the fight play out and use your defense first to create opportunities and not be overzealous. It's really all be
Yeah,
calm, work the jab, and use your angles because he a southpaw. If I'm not, he a southpaw, right? Yeah,
southpaw. Yeah.
yeah. Southpaw jab, best jab in boxing. Will Clements. Yep.
What is it about Shakur's defense that sets him apart from different fighters? Like we have guys like starting with the legends. We had James Tony, who personally, he's the first one that I've seen use the shoulder roll, right? And
Yeah,
then we
keep
got
talking.
Floyd. We got guys like Pernell Whitaker. Um, then we got guys today like Devin Haney, right? What is it about Shakur's defense that makes him effective? Because what I notice about him, he really doesn't do anything flashy, but
He
it's just
doesn't.
very subtle.
Um, his eyes is what makes him the most important defender because a lot of people, when they defend the day, bro, I don't know why they be ducking their head and like trying to get out the way. That getting out the way is not defending. Like they be making too many big movements, overcommitting. Holy Malinaji calls it overcommitting to the defense. You cannot overcommit to the defense. You have to take your time. Like you cannot overcommit. So another thing too, when you overcommit, you get out of position. You can't that when you get out of position, it's detrimental to your style because then you're not in position to land a good shot. You know what I'm saying? Like if you bending over at the waist, like real good defenders, they bend their knees when they defend. Like Pernell Whitaker, they bend their knees. Their eyes is they use their hands to catch punches. Like the best defenders are going to use their hands to catch the punches because they realize at the end of the day, they don't need to do all those moves because they can pick your shots off and then just tear you up and just beat you up. So like that's what I noticed that Shakur has. Picking the shots off, that takes time to learn. That's more Canelo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Shakur learned that. Canelo been doing this since he been a pro when Shakur was when kids being the amateurs. So Canelo has had more pro experience with defending, but far as being a good defender, Shakur Stevenson is a very good defender because we both talk about how his defense is kind of like Wilfredo Benitez. You know what I'm saying? Because he ain't got to do that much. He can see you right there in front of him, and he be moving his head. You know what I
He moves
mean?
his head he moves his head just enough to make you miss punches by a fraction of an inch. Like he doesn't just move all the way like that. He'll just flip to the side just so the punch could just pass right by him. So
See,
he's still in
that's
position.
good for the
He is
people he
close.
fighting now. That's great for the people he fighting now. But if he get in there with Tank, he has to really move his dome piece. He can't be catching those punches. He can't be doing none of that. That is not a good idea. Okay, I'm gonna just say that. Now people
So
can.
you don't think he gets tanked?
I'm gonna show you what I cooked today because I'm about to eat it because I'm hungry again. But this is what I made. Gotta take this off of here.
Yeah, it looks like It's like quinoa, right?
No, that's like a Middle Eastern salad, but I got like the black beans and some rice, and then a plantain on that joint. But yeah, I think um, Shakur definitely got D, but he can't be doing that. He can't be doing that against Tank because Tank be punching too hard, and Tank is a very solid individual, and he's fast and sharp. Yeah,
So obviously we both picking Shakur Stevenson Saturday for the W, right?
most definitely. Because of course Stevenson, at this level, he ain't doing nothing really but fighting 12 rounders. So um, he probably gonna go. He should definitely get like 8 rounds in.
Hopefully he gets the stoppage, man. I actually wanted to go to the gym and catch him there so I can interview him, but I wasn't aware when he was gonna be over there because I would have took the ride out there to Newark, New Jersey. Maybe next time.
Yeah, most definitely.
Definitely want to put him on my platform, you know.
Yeah, no, we gotta
And
get him on here. I got
I met him one time. I met him at Mendez one time when Terrence Crawford was at Mendez gym. Crawford was getting ready for the Amir Khan fight, and Shakur Stevenson was on the undercard. He was fighting Christopher Diaz. At the
hmm
time, they were saying that Diaz was a dangerous fight because Shakur, if I'm not correct, probably had about 10 or 11 fights at that time. And I spoke to him briefly. He was with his grandfather, his trainer, Pop Pop. He cool
Yeah,
as shit, man. Never got on earth.
man, Shakur really the better one out of all of these people. It's just that Tank is just as good, and he's very sharp. He's just sharp, and he learned from.
Yeah, Tank got that it factor though, because Tank could do all that slick stuff too, but Tank could also put you out with one shot.
Yeah, he just man, he learned from Floyd firsthand knowledge. Man, that's important.
His IQ is crazy in that ring, for real, for real.
hmm Devon's is too. Is just when it comes to like his defense, he not secure enough in it.
So you don't think Devin Haney's defense is tight?
No, it's not. If his
He doesn't
defense
get
was tight,
hit
he
that
wouldn't.
much.
If his defense was tight, he wouldn't have to hold against Cambosis. No, no way. There's no way. Talking about technical skill.
Now, what you think?
Cambosis is way too little to be holding. You
What you
let
think
him.
about Devin Haney's fight with Lomachenko coming up? Being that you mentioned
That's a
Devin
good
Haney.
fight because Lomachenko come forward and then Haney go backwards naturally. I want to see it because Lomachenko throw a lot of punches. He come forward, and if you're not punching, you Lomachenko is gonna be on you, dog. He's not. Lomachenko is Lomachenko is coming directly to that man, bro. I didn't used to like Lomachenko because he used to think he was too good until they start whooping him. But when he keep fighting, and that shows me like no, he really in it.
Now, he's a dog though.
No, he
He's a
really
dog for
is
sure.
though. He really is.
He's a slow starter though. But what I notice about Lomachenko, right, as great as Lomachenko's footwork is, he doesn't fight that good off the back foot. He fights good when he's coming forward and then he takes the angles. That's why Teofimo was able to beat him. And then on top of that, Lomachenko had respect for the power because every time Loma would try to throw something, Teofimo was hitting him with a counter immediately. And then the late rounds when Teo kind of like laxed and stepped down on the gas, Lomachenko turned it up on him, and then
But
Teo turned it up
Devin
again.
Haney ain't got no power though.
So you don't think Devin Haney has the power to get Lomachenko's respect?
Not what I think. What I know from boxing, he doesn't have the power, and that's okay.
So then,
Not everybody has power. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying
so
he's
then how
sorry,
would he beat Lomachenko then?
man. He gonna have to. You gonna have to back him up. It's hard to beat Lomachenko because he's gonna be coming forward, and he let handed and he fights better against right-handers. Like
Yeah, he does.
he fights. I know. I'll stop Lomachenko in 4 rounds because that shit he be doing, it's not gonna work on me. But if I was this size or not, because a jab to the stomach can stop all that stupid movement. But Devin Haney is not. His jab to the stomach ain't the same because he right-handed, and he gonna have to. What he can do though is he could tie up the jab hand because he's so much bigger than Lomachenko and keep pawing with it to keep him at range, and then use the check hook to turn him.
So do you think Devin Haney is gonna have a harder fight with Lomachenko than Teofimo did, being that Devin Haney doesn't have the power to hurt or get Lomachenko's respect? Because therefore Lomachenko, that tells me Lomachenko is probably gonna start faster than he did with the Teofimo fight.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's gonna be a little bit harder fight because he's Lomachenko technical. You know what he gonna do? He coming forward. I watch Devin enough. A lot of people be learning from Floyd, but they don't be doing what Floyd do. Um, a lot of fighters don't check hook, and that's why that's what be getting them in trouble with people like Lomachenko, because you got to keep them honest when they coming in with the check hook. And that's
Well,
it's
we
really
both
that
we
simple.
both agree on that fight. We both agree on the Lomachenko Devin Haney outcome. We're gonna talk about another fight that you and I spoke about privately that we didn't agree on, but the world want to hear your take on this one, your breakdown. First off, we got to give respect to the young boy Teofimo Lopez because he's coming off of a performance where he didn't look too good. But at the same token, the guy that he's fighting, Josh Taylor, did not look good in his last fight neither. So this is a fight where both guys are going to be motivated to bring out the best in each other. What do you think about that fight?
Teofimo and Josh Taylor?
Yeah, we spoke about that privately. They're gonna fight June 10th, Madison Square Garden, the weekend of the Puerto Rican Day Parade.
Man, Josh Taylor might stop, cuz.
You think so?
Yeah,
Why you say that, man?
because he got better inside work, he got more dynamic. Like Teofimo really need to work his inside work and the things he need to do, and he can't learn them. But by the time he fight Josh Taylor, Josh Taylor has every skill. He can fight left-handed, right-handed, inside, outside, jab. He's slick. That's a hard fight, dog. He can box off the back foot. Listen, he beat Regis Prograis, dog, and Regis Prograis is a hard puncher.
That's a fact. But I'm going with Tio on this fight, man. I think that
I
Tio
know you are.
he got the boxing skills.
He
He hasn't
doesn't.
shown inside work,
He doesn't
but
have
he
the
does
boxing
have.
skills. He
He
doesn't.
showed boxing skills when he beat Lomachenko.
Yeah, Lomachenko can't box though. What do you? Okay, he came forward against Lomachenko. He gonna come forward against Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor can fight going backwards. Josh Taylor can fight on the inside. But Josh Taylor can move his head. He can fight
I
right-handed
think
and left-handed. Like, what is
I think
Teofimo
Tio
gonna do?
I think being that Tiafimo is the naturally smaller guy at 140, I think he's going to rely more on his boxing skills as far as fighting on the outside, counter punching, having the bigger guys come at him, opposed to when he was at
That ain't
135. When
that ain't gonna
the
work with
guy,
Josh Taylor. Josh Tayller ain't stupid. He ain't gonna come forward without jabbing. You talking about Josh Taylor, bro? He comes forward jabbing. He go back. He has fundamental skills, all of them, dog. He's listen. That's a hard fight for Teofimo because the skill sets is different, and the things that acquire you to be a good boxer at Teofimo's height, it doesn't because he don't fight good at coming forward. Teofimo doesn't, and if Josh Taylor boxing, it's over with. All if Josh Taylor won, I would have an easy fight. All they gotta do is keep the stick on Tiafimo and make him come forward all night. It's gonna be over with. Don't give up no ground when he don't feel like it, and do like Andre Ward be doing. Use the front hand as a shield. Bang, freezing him. Bang, jab. Bang, sticking to the guts. As soon as he come in, check hook him, sticking down to the guts. Tiafimo is like 5'5". He like
So
tank size. Josh Taylor is big.
the right check hook is a punch that I feel Tiafimo got to be leery about because he was getting caught with that shot when he fought Sandor Martin, and Josh Taylor is on a high level. So for his sake, I hope
And he can
Tiafimo works.
and Josh Taylor could check hook from both sides because he can fight left and right handed.
I
And
didn't
if
know that
Josh,
switches up.
yeah, because like this a way you do it. Like if somebody coming at you, you can be in the left hand stance, but then you will square up, and then when they coming, you just pick the side and bang, you check hook and turn
Like a,
out.
you mean like a shift, right?
Yeah, like if they coming at you, you get square with them, and then you can just check hook each with either hand.
You got to
But
admit though, if Tiafimo does win this fight, right?
he's
Because
a
this is a fight
true
where
animal. He's an animal.
let, let's talk about the young guns, right? We got T.O., Tank, Shakur, Devin. Out of all of them, can we agree that Tiafimo's taking the most risks
Yeah,
as far as the guy he's
Tiafimo fought
fighting?
the best people first,
He's
and he
fighting Josh Taylor.
got the less, and he got the less fights.
If he beats Josh Taylor, would that be enough to put him in the Hall of Fame, being that he already beat Loma, who at the time was the top dog,
Hey, wait,
and
Josh
Josh
Taylor undisputed at 140.
on paper, he's not because he got stripped of some of the belts due to inactivity. But in reality, we all know he's undisputed because he never lost those belts in the ring.
Oh yeah, yeah, I got to Tiafimo literally, yeah, because if he wasn't he undisputed at 135? No.
He was undisputed at 135, but people try to dispute it, politics and all that. But
Oh
to
yeah,
me,
yeah,
he
yeah,
was undisputed.
yeah, yeah. He'll be like, yeah, because he almost all the belts at both weight classes, whether he missed one or not, and then he'll be a two-time champion, like a unified champion or on damn near undisputed at both weight classes. He and with that only that many fights he got, that he did a lot. That's a lot.
Now, what's your take on the Javante Davis Ryan Garcia fight we got coming up in 2 weeks?
Man, he about to stop him brutally, and then he ain't gonna never be the same again.
I got tanked by stoppage, but I think it's gonna be a good fight though.
It's not gonna be no good fight, but I mean, I don't know, man. Goosen know what he doing, but Ryan is just like, listen. When I seen what Luke Campbell did to him, that's like you do that to dummies in the ring. It's
He got dropped hard in that fight.
no, it's
He
not.
got dropped
It,
hard in that fight too.
it's not that he got dropped. It's how he got dropped. It's kind of like he fell for an old trick, like go low and then faint low, go high. Like, come on, bro. That's at the beginning of the fight. You fell for the shot you're not supposed to get hit with from a lefty. Bang! He on the ground looking stupid. He's going to bed and he gonna be hurt. He might be sleep because he fast and he make punches and that's gonna make Tank do something unexpected like slip and come back with a shot and hit him and knock him straight out. Sleep. He might get put to sleep. There's probably like a 87% chance he can go to sleep. The other one he could just get knocked out. But if I feel like if he get hit hard enough and he be like kind of drunk, the referees gonna stop it because he's still kind of young. There ain't no sense for him to really ruin his life dealing with Tank. The man's name is Tank.
Do you think Ryan Garcia might be the hardest puncher that Tank ever faced? I think so.
Yeah, yeah.
People try to say Rolly, but I beg to differ. The reason why I say that is because Ryan has knocked out better competition than Rolly. You feel me?
Man, Rolly don't punch hard, he throw hard. It's a difference than punching hard and throwing hard. Rolly throws everything in one shot. That's not punching hard. Punching hard is like how I used to hit people. My jab is hard. It don't matter. I could just flick the jab. It's gonna be like poof. It's gonna hit you like it's hard no matter what you do. Pause. But Rolly be throwing hard punches. He's not a hard puncher. It's a difference.
Yeah, Ryan got the knockouts. Ryan knocked out Fortuna. That was a good knockout for Ryan Garcia. Fortuna was kind of durable, but small.
Well, Ryan is fast. He got some. It's just
He got snap in his punches.
man. He don't know how to. He don't. He's just trash though. He
A lot of young fighters be caught like a lot of young fighters look at him as food. Like Keyshawn Davis, for instance, was saying he would love to fight Ryan Garcia.
because he
Floyd
trash
Schofield
for real.
said that too. These are guys that are just coming up.
Because he trash. He throw one punch at a time. He not fast for real. He not fast. He just throw one punch. His cadence of punches is one, one, two. Then when he get us some courage, he'll throw a three or four piece. One, one, two. Check hook.
I think when it comes to combinations right now, I think Shakur Stevenson might be the best combination puncher in the game. As far as combinations, especially how he throws that straight left to the body. He does what Floyd Mayweather did with Zab Judah. When he fought Zab Judah, remember how Floyd used to use that lead hand in front like that? And then he'll stab straight, jab to the stomach. Shakur
Yeah,
does that from the southpaw stance.
he do. Shakur's got that. Shakur is real. He's very technical in there. I mean, but then he learned from Dre and all of them, so he gonna be like that because Dre Ward got all them skills, but it's just hard to beat Tank though.
And there's rumors right now. They're talking about the Crawford Spence fight might be almost a done deal for June 17th. I haven't made a video about that because I'm so disappointed with so many times they said they were gonna fight. It never happened. My thing is to the point where until I see a press tour, I'm not getting hyped for this fight.
No, it's happening because them niggas is quiet now. Usually when they get quiet like that, it's because they doing private business and all the trash talking is over with. It's just happening. Believe it, it's happening. It got to because they was talking about stripping Earl or something like that. Like he got to get some work, 'cause dude, he holding up commerce with them belts. You can't keep holding them up. Like Bud ain't got to fight nobody else. He pound for pound on the list. Number one, he got to get his work, and he active.
It's definitely pound for pound for me, right? But here's my thing: if Errol Spence beats Terrence Crawford, because right now we're in an era where we do have a few, for the first time in a while, we have a few undisputed champions right now. If Errol Spence beats Terrence Crawford, for me personally, I'll have him as number one pound for pound, even
Of
though he only
course,
has one division under his belt.
of
Because
course.
his pound for pound, like, he was actually taking belts one at a time. He took a belt from Kell Brook at the time, but
No,
Brook
I
never
get
lost.
it, bro. You ain't gotta explain it. No, most definitely. If you beat Terrence Crawford, you take his spot.
Yeah.
In
I don't
facts.
care how many divisions somebody else got. Sometimes you don't have to be a multi-division champion. Marvin Hagler was at 160 his whole career, and he was number one pound for pound at one point. Am
Pound
I
for
right?
pound is also the way you fight. You would beat anybody at any weight class. Your fighting style, like pound for pound, Joe Frazier wouldn't be good pound for pound because his fighting style would not be good at a lower weight class. But Muhammad Ali, pound for pound, could be the best because he could fight. He fight like a little man, and it was good for being at a big man. Like Andre Ward could be pound for pound. Floyd, Terrence Crawford. Like, it's the way you fight. You know what I mean? Chocolatito could never be pound for pound back in the day because he didn't have no defense. So it's kind of like the way he fought, he would have fought like that in a bigger weight class. And you see when he went up, people start spanking him
Yeah.
till he got his defense together. That's pound for pound me. If you're not going through weight classes, the way you fight, you could beat anybody from a lower class or upper class, your style.
So what was it about Roberto Duran's style that enabled him to dominate weight classes? Because a lot of times when you have smaller fighters that jump weight classes and actually are successful at it, they're mostly slick fighters with defense that are just good boxers. But Duran was a smaller fighter who was knocking dudes out. His power still carried up, but he still managed to beat these bigger guys. What was it that enabled him to beat these bigger guys in these higher weight classes?
Experience and defense, actually being there, repetition, defense, his defense. Because if you a hard puncher for real, you a hard puncher. It don't matter what weight class you really at. It's if you can take the shot that people are giving. And that's the thing in boxing, you're not supposed to be taking them. So pause. So his defense is what allowed him not to take punches, and then his accurate punching power. Accurate. See, it's different types. I explained this on another channel before. You got elite punchers. Elite punchers, they can punch you hard, soft, it don't matter. It's the fact that they can hit your button. They can hit you soft. They can pull their power off. They can throw thudding power. They can throw snappy power. They can switch it up. But then you got some people that are hard punchers. Those are like Golovkin type people. Then you got some people that are, well, I said elite, hard punchers. Then you got the mid-tier punchers. You know what I'm saying? Solid punchers is what they call them. He's a solid puncher. You know what I'm saying? Then you got, what's after solid punchers? It's the guys who really don't hit that hard. Kind of like Lamont Peterson. You know what I'm saying? You ain't pillow fisted, but you know it take you some work to break a guy down. And then you got the pillow fisted guys like Malignaggi. You know what I'm saying? So those are examples of like the tiers, but those elite punchers, what makes them elite is they hit that. You see this right there? They hit that. They can hit this. They can hit your nose a certain way, break it. They could.
So you mean placement, basically?
Their placement is what makes you an elite puncher. Because it don't make
So
no
that's what Duran
sense.
was.
Who?
So you saying that's Duran had that? You saying?
He had elite punching, and he had the defense is what makes you an elite puncher. And when people want to say, well, how does defense? Because if somebody's throwing punches and you like Duran, and you got experience and you catching them, you can time the rhythm of his punches. He might be going, and Durant going, bang, it's hurt right there because he timed it. He got to relax on defense, catch the punches, and then go with the flow, and then answer. Bang, right on the chin. You hurt. You hurt.
Sounds like Tank Davis. Sounds like what Tank Davis is today.
Yeah, but see what Tank Davis needs to watch Roberto Duran. He needs to watch Roberto Duran for real, bro. The way he fight, keep that all the sharpness, but watch Roberto Duran for the inside work, because that's who Floyd watched. That's Floyd's favorite fight. That's one of
his inside work was crazy.
him and James Toney. Canelo's inside work is great, but it ain't elite. James Toney, because Canelo will get stuck on the inside sometimes. He won't throw no punches. James Toney is constantly maneuvering on the inside, taking angles, picking shots, jabbing.
Him and Durant look so calm. That's the thing. James Toney and Durant, they look so calm in there. Like a lot of guys. Floyd too. Floyd too. Because when Madonna jumped on Floyd, Floyd was just sitting there like that,
Yeah,
catching whatever.
I ain't even
Madonna
gonna
was doing
use
all that
him.
crazy shit.
I ain't,
You
I,
know,
I don't use Floyd right now because he need time to rest and he need that to set in. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about this. People ain't even set in with Durant and Leonard's and their true skill set yet. They say they have, but they haven't. Because I don't hear nobody fighters out here talking about them fighters. You know, I never heard nobody say, yeah, Sugar Ray Leonard was my favorite, but I don't know who they're talking about. You know what I'm saying? And that needs to set in. And then on top of that, then Floyd can come because Floyd is just way too scientifically technical. Like, what you think you're seeing, you're not seeing that. Ray Leonard, he has the fundamentals. Roberto Duran, Tommy, you could take some from them guys. And the old
right, bro. Because Duran, what I like about him, that you mentioned everything that how he sets you up with defense for those hard counter punches. His feinting game was crazy. The way he would feint you, he'll set you up. He'll do something like this. Check this out. He'll go like that, like he's gonna throw a right hand so you can duck, and then he'll just dip down and catch you with that uppercut. Like he was very crafty with those feints, man. Head feints, foot feints,
listen,
hand feints.
and he can do it in the inside. See, people don't think about whatever you're doing on the outside, you gotta do on the inside. He'll feint you on the inside and get you to do something, and then just over the top, underneath, over under, or under over. You know, those things are what made Durant elite puncher, and then an elite. Because at the end of the day, when you a grown man, you a grown man. If you was punching as a kid, you gonna be punching. Listen, Tank Davis, he can hurt somebody big, bro. But can he take the shot? Can he weather the storm at his height? Because you know him and Roberto is like the same build and size. So it's like, can you take those shots and know how to roll with them and come back? Like that's what's important. Everybody think that's easy, but getting hit in the ribs by Canelo and you Floyd, that ain't that easy.
Remember how Duran got hit with that left hook against Iran Barkley? And he was an old man,
So I'm saying
and that punch
he
spun him.
almost, we almost,
It shook him.
he almost went and sat down in the crowd, bro.
He recovered from that. Like the punch, it looked like the impact of the punch knocked him, but he just got his focus back right away. He didn't panic. He remained nice and
Listen,
calm, like nothing ever happened.
if he didn't have defense, because he was Durant, I mean, Barkley was just on him, just working. And cuz, what's up with SP the Driller Man? Shout out to my man SP the Driller Man. What's up with Blood? But yeah, Durant was just working, catching, pop, 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 pop. Like that's what saved him while he was hurt. Because when you practice those things, when you're tired, they take over. That's just really what it is.
You mentioned Sugar Ray Leonard. What about Sugar Ray Leonard? I noticed Sugar Ray Leonard was brilliant at changing the speed of his punches. He could be jabbing at a regular speed, and then out of nowhere, he'll just burst out in combination. He'll switch up the speed of his jab.
Damn. The way you just explained that, I wish we would have had this conversation when I was boxing because that explained a lot. I knew that's what he did, but like slowing it down is really what's important and how you achieve that type of thing. And Sugar Ray Leonard is my favorite boxer because I couldn't do none of the stuff he did. Like the style he fought is just different. Like it's easy to do the shoulder roll and do like Floyd do, but Sugar Ray Leonard's movements was different. He was stupid crazy in there.
Even his jab was sometimes he'll jab, and then sometimes like he'll bend his body down like that, and he'll be just jabbing up like that. Like, this is the first fighter I've seen do that.
Yeah, that's some old school that like that's different. Like and that's the thing. That's something that when you in Ohio they teach you that. When you get with the right coach, you be down like yup, 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 pumping that bitch up. But see, that's the thing. You could do it like that, jab it up, and then you could just turn it right. See, I didn't even bring my hand back to my face. You just turn it, bang, uppercut. That's actually a move. And then you bring the right hand because you lift the chin up. But, you know, those are things you just learn from the old school coaches. My coach that I had, Mike Johnson, he was over Sugar Ray Leonard and them. He was older than them, and he fought at 112. So those is Ohio boxing is slick. So those are the moves he used to be pulling and showing me. I don't even tell people those moves. That would be like that's only because me and you on here. But yeah, that jab, you actually pump it when you down like that, and then what you really do is this how you catch him. This is a good move you could work on in the gym. You know when Sugar Ray Leonard jabbing and he flicking like that, getting low, flick it to the body and then come straight up with the uppercut like pop, pop, pop. See how I'm just jabbing like pop. I'm leaning over and I'm going pop, pop, pop. See how I just turn it up under? Those shots ain't even meant to hurt you. They're just meant to throw you off. So you go like you go into the body, and then you come up with the uppercut, and then boom, you clean them with the right hand. Dog, they're gonna be hurt. They're gonna be.
You know it's crazy you mentioned that right now because there's a move that I've seen another legend, Hector Camacho, right? To this day, I've never seen any southpaw to this day use the right hook the way Camacho used to do it. Camacho would double and triple the right hook. Sometimes he'll uppercut you all the way up until he'll uppercut you until you stand up straight, and then he'll catch you with that straight left.
Yeah, that's called standing them up with the shots.
Yeah, he used to do that all the time. He'll double and triple that right uppercut, that
I ain't
right
talking
hook.
no boxing in a long time. I don't even know where that came from, but that's definitely called standing them up with the shots. You gotta hit them with up, and that you really do that when people are getting low, and you gotta bring their head up out of that little position that
He did that
Floyd being.
when he stopped when he won his first world title, right? I don't know. I know you've seen the fight. But I don't know if you remember it. When Camacho was at 130, he fought the Mexican boy, Rafael Bazooka Limon. He fought him in Puerto Rico, his first world title, and he caught him with that. I'm gonna send you that fight. He did that to him on the ropes. Homeboy was bending down, and Camacho was hitting him with that right uppercut, right hook, non-stop. And once he stood up straight, he put him out with that straight left, man.
Yeah, no, that's what they call bring. You bring her to bring his head up out of there. That's something my coach used to say. Like, if he dipping his head down, bring his head up out of there with an uppercut. Like that's how you keep them from like getting low on you. You know what I'm saying? Then if they pop their head up when they weren't supposed to, you could hurt him with an uppercut because you know he wasn't supposed to be lifting his head up. And when you in that close of a range. But no, yeah. Who else? Oh, Keyshawn Johnson fighting too.
Keyshawn
Keyshawn
Davis.
Davis. Yeah, he all
Keyshawn
right. He
Davis.
still needs some work. He's still kind of stiff in there.
He's working with Crawford's team, if I'm not correct. I think he's trained by Bomac.
Yeah, he'll look better. He just need to loosen up a little bit. He'll be a little stiff. Like,
What you think about the young boy? I met him too. He did good. He did a good fight. He's coming up, man. From Long Island. I'm actually gonna interview him tomorrow. I'm going live with him tomorrow. You ever heard of Jahai Tucker?
I might have. How old is he?
He's young, man. He's about probably 19 years old, I believe.
I've
He got
heard.
about maybe I think about 10 fights. He fought Saturday. He fought some dude that was kind of awkward. The fight was a little bit harder than I expected because the guy was awkward, but he showed a lot of dog. He showed that Timothy Bradley type of dog, and I felt it could have been an easier fight for him, but it turned into a brawl. But he busted homeboy up. He's actually calling out Xander Zayas, and that's kind of odd to see a fight like that where both guys are like prospects slash contenders. Because usually you don't see those type of fighters facing each other at this point of their career. But he's really trying to get that fight with Xander Zayas, and I think that'll be a very good fight.
I gotta look up dude and see what he looked like in there. But like a lot of these young fighters, man, they really need some real work. Like they don't be like they're not as sharp as they should be. I'm not gonna sit up here and lie to you. I don't know what they. I don't know who coaching them. I don't know what's going on, but From what I be
If you haven't seen him,
seeing, they
you
don't
gotta
be
look him
showing.
up, man. He's good. You gotta look him up, man.
Man, listen,
You know,
bro. I'm telling you, like, I'm hard to please because you gotta remember, like, if you're not comparing him to nobody like Sugar Ray or James Tony, when I look at them, that's what I'm looking for, and I'm sorry. Like, I'm looking for that. Sugar Ray Leonard was who he was in the amateurs. Roberto Duran, man, like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, when I watch James Tony coming up, I could see those things coming. You know what I'm saying? Like, into fruition by how he was fighting already. These young fighters, I don't see that. Like, I don't see the things that they should have that a Sugar Ray Leonard or somebody like that had. Even Roberto Duran, anybody who was a champion, bro. Like, I don't be seeing they same skill sets. Like, and that's what's disturbing to me. Because, like, where is their skill set at? Like, when Sugar Ray Leonard was an amateur, bro, he was throwing 50 pieces.
but you
Like,
said earlier though that you even to this day you haven't seen anybody that that looks like Sugar Ray Leonard. So that's hard right there to even find
Not
somebody to
even,
be.
not even just looking like him. I ain't talking about like looking identical to him. I'm talking about in the fashion of what he did it within the realms of the fundamental construct of boxing, like combination punching, like using the jab you explained. Now, listen, nobody uses that jab. That's regular jabbing. Like Zahir Rahim used that jab to beat Eric Morales. Like Eric Morales, come on, blood. Eric Morales, bro. Zahir Rahim beat him with a flicker jab. He had no power. Like for real, like
I remember that fight too. That was an upset.
yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you see how that skill set was a certain way, and like these fighters, like even if he didn't have power, man, you put one of these kids in there with Eric Morales, man, they dead. What, man? What? No, no, that wouldn't be a good look.
Morales was definitely different, man.
Yeah, bro. No, he wasn't different. He was well trained. Like
And he
them
definitely was.
dudes is well trained, bro.
He was the first fighter that beat Pacquiao when Pacquiao was elite. Because Pacquiao lost earlier in his career when he was coming up, but he was the first fighter to beat Manny Pacquiao when Manny Pacquiao became an elite fighter.
That's
You
what
know what
I'm
I mean?
saying. Eric Morales was the real technician in there for real, bro. Like they
Yeah.
don't listen. I don't care if you and see that's where what I'm saying. What I'm saying. Excuse me if these dishes is making noise.
Good.
Excuse me if this is what I'm saying. What I'm saying. I'm all over the place with the fighters because if I say Roy Jones, if I say James Toney, if I say Eric Morales, if I say Barrera, if I say Floyd Mayweather, Gerald McClellan, Nigel Benn, like all these fighters could throw combinations. They had jabs, they had head movement. Man, these kids don't be. And listen, ask one of these kids, do they know who Gerald McClellan is? They have no. They're not gonna know. That's a shame. It's a shame. If they knew who Gerald McClellan is, I can honestly say they will be.
G-Man, G-Man, he was one of my favorite fighters when I was watching him as a kid. I remember back when I used to buy the Ring magazines when they were all in black and white, right? That sounds like an old head talking like that. I remember reading articles about Gerald McClellan, and then one time I saw I think it was Lennox Lewis versus Tony Tucker undercard. This is back when Don King had the best cards in boxing. And on the undercard, it said Julian Jackson versus Gerald McClellan. I was glued to the screen. I was like, man, I got to see this fight because I
Yeah,
already
that's
knew
gonna
who
be
Julian Jackson was about.
wow.
Julian Jackson was putting dudes to sleep. And then when I see that he was fighting Gerald McClellan, I was like, damn, I know it's going to be a great fight.
Yeah,
You know,
like
that's when I got to watch him. First time I seen him when he fought Julian Jackson.
these people don't be knowing these cats. Like they don't know like the mistakes they made. They don't know nothing. Like they don't know that James Tony used to be in the ring sparring them all. Like even Caleb Plant has better fundamentals than 90% of the fighters. He just don't have fundamental inside work. Like that's you gotta have every asset.
Speaking of Caleb Plant, now that you brought that up, you saw his fight with David Benavidez, obviously, right?
Hmm.
Who do you think had a better performance? We're not talking about the stopping. We're talking about the overall performance with Caleb Plant, Canelo Alvarez or David Benavidez.
Canelo.
Why you say
Canelo.
that?
Hers is just Caleb Plant didn't land no punches. David Benavidez's face was damaged.
Well, my take on it, I feel Canelo got the stoppage. Canelo's victory was more technical, but what I will say, as a credit to David Benavidez, he had Caleb Plant feeling uncomfortable earlier in the fight rather than later in the fight. Like his nonstop pressure wore him out to the point where by the sixth, seventh round, the way Caleb Plant looked by that round was the same way he looked in the 11th round when Canelo knocked him out. And if the referee wasn't stopping the inside work every time they were getting on the inside, I think Benavidez would have stopped him if it wasn't for the referee intervening every time they were on the inside.
I'm gonna watch the fight and see why the referee was intervening, but he was probably intervening because he don't know how to shed the defender. He don't know how to shed the person he's pursuing from holding and doing little evasive moves not to fight on the inside. But and that's a credit to Caleb Plant. But man, anytime you in there and you fight somebody and you stop them, is you had a better performance because he stopped him. He and listen, for the same point that David Benavidez made him comfortable and made him uncomfortable in them rounds, Canelo did the opposite, made him comfortable enough to make a mistake so he could get him out of there. So you know what I'm saying? And Canelo, he came, put it like this, David Benavidez made the fight harder because he didn't have a true game plan. That's why. That's why he took some punches. Canelo's game plan is take no punishment, move the head, and when he do that Floyd, when he try to shoulder roll, freezing with the front hand and chop down and start going to his body right there and make him lean up. And
Yeah.
when he lean
That was
up,
very
throw the
tactical.
hook. Yup. Yeah.
That was definitely very tactical, man.
Yeah.
But yo, champ, I'm about to call it a night right now. I gotta take care of a few things. Yo, thank you for jumping on my channel and everything. And listen, tell them where to follow you at on Instagram and on YouTube as well.
Man, you can follow me on Instagram at Killertainment, on YouTube at Troy Killertainment King. Hey, hey, these black turtle beans is real. But listen, I might just start traveling pretty soon. Y'all gonna see a whole different side of the page. So be looking out. It's about to be looking. Listen, if you only knew, it's about to be crazy.
Yo, you have a good one. We definitely gotta do this again, man.
It's good. I'm in the hotel. I hit you.
Say no more, man. God bless. Stay on,
One.
bro.